Thank you. I'm quite surprised, actually, that you called me this time.
Well, we're catching you by surprise because there's less resistance then. If you're really worried about it and really want to get in, you often don't. If you're just sort of, it's the easier way in. And it's true of all of your creations. The more light touch you have, the more open and allowing you are. The more urgent you are, the more blocking you're doing.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Now I don't know which question I should ask. Because the question I had my hand up for was kind of a more like low vibration question, and I have another one.
Sounds like you've got your answer.
Yeah.
Give us the other one.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Now you see, they're irritated because they've got urgent questions.
Well,
and you can't even make up your mind about what you want to ask, but we're enjoying you a lot. And we want them to be more like you about everything. Lighter, easier, nothing urgent going on. Could ask this one, could ask this one. In other words, that urgency that you think is deliberate creating is blocking your reception. Chill. So, give us your very lame question.
My very lame question. Well, it's okay. I had an urgent one. I'll do that. Well, it's not exactly lame, but it's like, okay. I'm in the process of writing a book, and I have this experience of really flowing when I write.
Yes.
And I haven't been doing that with the book I'm writing right now. And I would like to be in this state.
Well, then you're forcing the book.
Yes, I am.
So just give it a little more time and let it simmer a little more. Because when we talk about ready to be ready to be ready to be ready, once that impulse to begin putting it on paper occurs, there's quite a bit of momentum going. And if that's not there, then don't force it. Because what you're receiving is not coming from your broadest perspective. There are a lot of people that write a lot of books that way. But that's not the book you want to write. Give it a little more time. Wait until you enjoy it more. That's really the answer to movement on every. People are saying, why don't you get going on that? I'm waiting until I will enjoy it more. And a lot of people don't understand that. They think that you should just get going. But we don't encourage that you just get going because you don't get nearly the results as when you wait until you are really in the receptive mode and then let it joyfully flow through you.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
And could you also help me get up to speed after a quite of intense experience I had like half a year ago? I really like to catch up with the expansion I got when I had this intense experience then. And I don't really want to go into the details of it, but I know it gave me a huge expansion.
Well, we just want to explain how that intensity happens.
Yes.
So, whether it's wanted or not wanted, law of attraction is accomplishing momentum on subjects. So when you find a way, meditation is an easy one, but appreciation is another one, of tapping in to the frequency of who you really are, when you focus together with your inner being, there's a synergy that is powerful. You're more powerful than a million who are not connected. In other words, it's really a powerful flow of energy. And so you accomplished that. But when you do it by default, you don't exactly know how to go back. And in other words, when you stumble into it rather than do it deliberately, it's harder to replicate it or do it again. But it's helpful to remember the feeling of it. So just remembering the feeling of it. Try to remember the best part of it so that you mimic that vibration through the memory of it. Can you do that?
No, because before that experience, I could get quite happy. I could get really happy, like really easily. But after that experience, like even on the ship where everything is perfect, right? I cannot get up to speed with myself anymore or something. There's always some sort of heaviness.
Well, you're perpetuating that through that belief. And you're perpetuating that through these words. It's that contrast that we were talking about. When you really find alignment, then anything that's not alignment does not feel good. But don't tell that story anymore. So you say you don't want to talk about it. Is there any part of it that you do want to talk about it? Can you talk about it in a very general sense? Was there anything in it that was good?
No.
Then don't talk about it.
No, but I still like to be up to speed with my expansion, and I can't even after half a year. So maybe I should give some details if that's helpful.
People often think, I've got something that's stuck. Something happened, maybe I know about it, maybe I don't, but as a result of it, I'm stuck. And so now I'm trying to get unstuck. And so I feel like I need to get to the bottom of what's stuck. And we say, there is no bottom. The more you focus upon that, the more you just compound the momentum of that. And that's what you've been doing. It's almost the same as what a traumatic experience is. When something happens and it gets your attention in a big way, and then it keeps holding your attention in a big way, it takes a little longer to get past that. And so we always say to people, when there's something that they want to not think about, and they say, I'm not going to think about that. The thing is, they're thinking about it while they're talking about not thinking about it. So you want to find something else to think about. And that's why meditation is such a really good tool for you. Because in meditation, you're not thinking about anything. And when you're not thinking about anything, you're not thinking about that. And when you're not thinking about that, the momentum of that subsides just a little every time. But more important, the momentum of who you really are begins to pick up until before you know it, you've completely made the switch. Does that make sense to you?
It does make sense. I do meditate every day. And
talk to us a little bit about that. So what's your process for meditation?
Sometimes listening to your meditation CD, or just sit there, be quiet.
And how long? How long do you sit?
Like 15 minutes.
And what's your process? In other words, how do you know that you have quieted your mind? What is your experience like?
When I really feel I've quieted my mind, well,
do you do it every time? Every time you sit to meditate, do you manage a quieted mind?
Sometimes I do. Not every time, like a very long time, but most of the times I do.
So here's what you're reaching for. A daily meditation, and every time quieting your mind. Even if it takes 18 of the 20 minutes to get there, quieting your mind for at least 20 minutes, where you begin to receive movement. When you begin to receive movement, that means that inner being is offering the impulse for you to move. It's not you that's offering that impulse to move. Your inner being is offering the impulse to move. And when that happens, your mind is quieted. It doesn't take very much of that. When you do that, you achieve a new set point. If you accomplish that, even for a week or two or three, you are vibrationally different than you were when you had that unsettling experience. And that unsettling experience must stop coming. It just has to. Law of attraction will not allow you to hold to you something that's not active within you. If you're feeling unsettled for as long as 6 months, for 6 months, you've been predominantly holding that vibration, which means you're not accomplishing in vibration what you think you are. And that's why we say, we know you have, but we're going to offer this analogy. It'll be beneficial to all of you. Have you ever had the experience where you want to accomplish something? Maybe your luggage got lost when you flew. Maybe. And people are telling you that they will find it. And then they're telling you that they did find it. And then they're telling you that they will deliver it. But the luggage keeps not coming. And so their words get more and more annoying, because it feels to you like nothing really is happening, that it's just words. Well, you all do that to yourself all the time. It's offering words or offering behavior that's not really getting to what it is you're reaching for. Are you sort of understanding what we're talking about? But when you really do quiet your mind, there really is a movement in your vibration. There really is a movement in your point of attraction. And when you move just a little bit in your point of attraction, that changes your reception of everything. It changes the memories that you think about. It changes the things that come out of your mouth when you're in happy conversation. It changes your timing as you're moving through your days. Just a little bit of vibrational movement in your set point changes everything. So that 2 people or 10 people or a lot of people could be walking on a similar path, having many different experiences, because they all have different vibrational points of attraction. So it is not helpful to say, I had this experience and I continue to have it, because it's not necessary that you continue to have any experience that you do not like. And the thing that causes you to continue to have the same experience that you do not like is that you keep talking about it or thinking about it, and therefore you keep it active. And in that activation, you don't let yourself go where your desire is. Instead, your belief holds you apart from that desire. So quieting your mind solves that, because quieting your mind circumvents your belief, because your belief is inactive. Now, it might be that when you come out of meditation that you go back to that belief, sort of, but you're never going to go back to that belief exactly as it was before when you've accomplished alignment with your inner being. Every moment that you are in alignment with your inner being changes every vibration that is hindering you. Did you hear that? It's really worth understanding. It's really worth knowing. It's so lovely when life keeps coming to you. Feels like it's coming at you, but life keeps coming to you because you keep calling it to you. And as you become more and more aware of how you're feeling when it comes, and you're able to adjust those feelings by thinking more deliberately, what begins to happen is everything in your point of attraction shifts enough that you begin having different experiences. So the better it gets, the better it gets, the better it gets, the better it gets, the better it gets. Now, we happen to know that you are having that experience, but it's so subtle that you're not able to notice it. The improvement is happening. That experience is lessening. The improvement is happening, but it will happen a lot faster if you quiet your mind more.
Yeah, but the experience was so intense.
You're doing it again.
I'm doing it again. Yeah, you're right. I'm sorry.
We just talked around that, right to that place, and then you went right back to it. And we understand why you want to do that, but you don't really want to do that. You'll hear much more as we're moving forward in these days. We're having a wonderful time together. There is great love here for you. Be easy about it. Be easy about it. There is great love here for you. And for now, we are complete. What a nice day.